This time on Woody's Garage, the NOMA is a no-go.
Well, because I'm a masochist, I decided to maybe give this carburetor another go. We got it soaking in Chem Clean. I think I've had it in there for about 2 hours. I don't really know how long you're supposed to soak it for. But we're going to see if we can make it work. I also have the, I took the chain off. It just wasn't loosening up enough. And I have it in this disgusting oil bath. Yeah, it's in there. I don't really want to move it to show you because it might tip over. But I'm going to keep it soaking in there and work the hard links back and forth because, yes, I'm going to use that chain. It turned out there were 2 master links in a row, which was kind of weird. But, you know, that works. Well, we blew out the passageways and stuff like that, but this carb is not going to work. If I hold these things steady and I shake it, you don't hear anything. There's another piece of junk carburetor, but when I hold this one and I shake it, you hear that? It doesn't happen all the time, but there it is. There's a little check valve that goes on inside here. I think it's inside here. And it gets all gummed up, and if it doesn't move, it won't start the engine. Or it won't run correctly, let's put it that way. And this one, it's probably this passageway. Let me screw with it for a couple more minutes, but yeah. Smartest thing is to get a new carb. See if we can throw this carburetor on just for the heck of it. Alright, we mounted up the mystery carburetor to see if it's going to work. I yanked through enough gas line. Hopefully that won't leak. And we'll see if it works. Okay. So cast your ballot. Is it A, gonna run great? B, gonna run but run like crap? Or C, wants you to just buy a new carburetor? Gas is on. Still doesn't seem to be getting to the carb. Shit. That gas line is totally plugged. Yeah, I just blew through the hose, or through the tank, and a big waste of gas came through and made a big puddle underneath there. So I think it's clear now. Yep, it's getting gas now. Well, started up after I turned the gas on. But yeah, that carburetor is just, that's what it was doing when I took it off the other machine, I'm pretty sure. I've got it warm enough to get the old oil out of it, so we'll do that. I love this engineering. Nice extension so you can drain it and not be able to get a funnel in there or anything. I know I had a hose that went over this and I don't know where it is. Then you can barely get a vice grip on there to hold it so it doesn't spin. Yeah. Black is black. Nasty. So after all that, the chain is still kind of stiff. I can't believe it. I was hitting it with a hammer and everything, trying to loosen it up. So it's oiled, and then I put grease on it. I usually wouldn't put grease on a chain, but since it's covered and it's in the snow, it's not like it's going to get a lot of dust on it and stuff. So I'm hoping it'll kind of free up. I mean, it rolls, sure. The next thing I want to look at is this plate here. At first I thought it was scarring, but that's a buildup of rubber, and I want to get that off. The wheel's probably been skidding on it, you know, so, because it was like out of adjustment, so it was spinning too much and accumulating on this out of adjustment. I'm having some luck. I'm using a carb cleaner, which is basically acetone, and a toothbrush and a brass brush. I use the toothbrush to kind of get it soaked in, and then use the brass brush to get it off. It's kind of going easy because I was thinking it might scratch the plate, but I guess it isn't. Just it's not going very fast. Clean enough, I think. Let's see if we can make this thing walk. Well, the new skid shoes came in. The NOMA, and here's the old one. There's the new ones, exactly the same. They were 20 bucks for two, shipped, which is pretty good. I could have gone with some cheaper ones, but I want to get exact replacements because sometimes things don't line up right, and you know, it's worth it to make it easy. Another thing is going to coincide with the shoes here is the scraper blade. And you can see those have been worn down. There's half a nut left. So we gotta see if we can get something to grab onto those, I hope. Got it. Got it. Etc. Yeah, that's all that's left. Might have to get new carriage bolts and nuts. I hate to do that, but I might have to. Yeah, perfect replacement. I mean, basically these things are so that the metal doesn't start wearing out on the snowblower, that these wear out first. Okay, I found these two. They're not carriage bolts. You know, they don't sit in here with the squareness. It sits in the slot. So they might stick out a little bit. We'll see if they clear the blades. I think they will. Okay, if you can see in there, the blade is moved down about 1/4 of an inch. The skid shoes, put them on this piece of wood. they're just kind of flat, plain. They're about the same on both sides, I think. There it is, nice and square. So a regular wrench won't fit on it. And they put it right between the jaws of death. So if it's stuck, you're going to slide off the wrench and cut your hands to shit. I'm going to get some heat on it because I can't budge it. Screwed it in, screwed it out. It's like any other transmission. It's just like the oil should come out if it's topped off and it's dry. So we're going to use some gear oil, some 80-90. If it leaks, then we put 00 in there. Now we also got some grease zerks here. So I could take the grease gun and get some grease in there. Don't mind applying a little lube to the ends. Or not, what's it gonna hurt? It's a mess. Seems to be taking a lot. Do it till you see it come out the ends. Definitely came out that end. There's the other one on the opposite side, right over here. Well, today we got our new carb. It's like $12 shipped from California. Looks just like the other one. Let's put it on. Yeah, they look pretty identical. One thing to notice is where the governor attached. It's right there. Very similar. So we won't have a problem with that like at all. And everything else looks pretty good. I'll transfer the choke over to this one. Yeah, we're getting off that old gasket. It's kind of in poor shape. We got a new one with a carburetor. It's easiest if you get the governor on first, and we'll put the gas hose on, and then put the carburetor in. Yeah, that's on. Got the primer hose on, gas hose on. Next thing we got to do is put on the choke from the old carb assembly. Just a couple of screws here. This opens and closes. I don't have the knob for this. Gotta make something. Put it on there. But the only other thing about these carbs is sometimes these screws on the side that hold on the housing, which I'll put on once we get it running right. Sometimes they're not deep enough for the screws provided, so you have to like put on some washers or cut down the screws. At least on the older Tecumsehs. The newer ones, I mean, they have almost the exact same carburetor, so you probably won't have a problem. Let's see if it works. Well, it started off good, but it was surging a little bit. You could see the governor right here going back and forth a little bit. And I actually have the screw on the bottom turned all the way in, and that's when it finally choked. But I gotta mess around with it and see if I can get it tuned right. It's not running bad. Yeah, I think it was sitting outside in the rain for quite a long time. So maybe the valves are slightly sticky. So every time it gets warm, it'll get a little better, I hope. One thing I haven't done is looked under here at the belts. We see we already got a bolt missing from over here. This is what we see. Belts look okay. Use this little dinky one in the back for the drive, and this big one in front is for the auger. Idler feels okay. It's a little dusty, that's all. Yeah, oh, looking good. No mice in there or anything. Might dribble some oil around here and there, like on the idler here. Maybe right there. Maybe on that bearing down there, although probably nothing will get in. And I already did it anyway when it was up on its face. That looks good. Just find another bolt and, another bolt and put that thing back on. Yeah, we found one right there. I'm gonna wipe it down now with a little bit of ATF, automatic transmission fluid, and make it look a little better. Yeah, looks better, huh? I also get inside the auger here as much as I can tolerate. It's kind of tough, but it does it good. Almost ready to sell. I'm going to start it up and run it around the yard a little bit and make sure everything's kind of working. Noise. maybe a little more than I bargained for. I think that bushing down there, the bearing that holds the auger, is wasted. I've replaced them before. Can't quite remember what I did. I gotta see if the part's available, because I can't really sell it like that. I could, but that thing's bad.